All right, y'all. Welcome back to Ash
Welcome back.
and Tams. Check this ish out because it's a possessory now. It's our show, Ash and Tams. Check this
It's like
ish
Ash and
out.
Tam.
All right, y'all. So it's 2022, a new year.
Happy New Year. Why are you looking like that?
Because so y'all, this show we actually have 3 guests. If you can see, we have Miss Diamond here, who's joining us, and then we actually have. Do you guys want to use your real names? Okay.
Why not?
What about your commonly known nickname?
That's my commonly known.
No. We have Buddy, and we have Mr. James.
Mr. James.
Well, not the James, Mr. Buddy and Mr. James. Okay. So
Buddy and James.
Buddy and James. B and J. Okay. Anyway, so our topic today, J and B and J. BJ. Oh, BJ. They're our guest today. So you know you're nasty. They came up with the name BJ, but
I didn't even think about it.
I know. No, the guests we have today. Yeah, we grown, but we are also respectful on here.
I keep being respectful.
Nobody would come in but y'all.
Okay. Anyway, so back to business. So our topic today, basically we're talking about are men or why are men more loyal to their homeboys than their women, or they can be more loyal to the job or whatever, the frat. But they're more loyal. And this topic actually was one of our listeners' ideas, Miss Diamond, who is joining us today. So let's jump right into it. Diamond, what made you come up with this topic?
So basically, I came up with the topic when I was just sitting with a friend and we were talking about loyalty in general. And we were just talking about the difference in loyalty between men and women and like how it's shown and things like that. And we just kind of came to the conclusion that men are more loyal to each other than they are to women.
It's kind of like that. What's that old saying? What's that thing? I have bros before.
Bros before hoes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You don't have a saying. Okay. All right. So Diamond, what you gonna say?
I was gonna let him come in.
Because first of all,
Go ahead. Comment.
First of all, we're being condescending. Because you can't say why are men more loyal. Because loyalty works both ways. We can also ask why are women not more loyal to men? Why was that not the question?
Because not we're talking about you.
That's my.
We talking about men.
That's my. But if you're gonna bring up the word loyalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you just gonna direct it straight towards men? Because loyalty works both ways, right? In a relationship, right?
Okay, hold on. We're gonna let Diamond come in.
Okay, so what he said about the whole loyalty, like that's true. Like, well, if you're in a relationship, you should be loyal to each other. If you're not, it don't really matter. But the thing is basically, like, I feel like in friendship, like when you think about like friendships and relationships, a lot of times like women will not always be as loyal to each other. Like we will like backbite and like be disloyal to each other over men, but men will not do that. Like they have each other's back no matter what.
I can see where sometimes some women will be like, no, that's not my man. He's not doing anything like that. But then the dude, somebody come and tell them what the old lady doing. Man, she come,
Well, let me respond to that right.
Yeah, respond to that right.
Let me respond to that, what she just said. Okay. Majority of guys, we've had a friendship or whatever that's been going on 20 plus years. For example, my LB and I, we've been best friends for 35 years.
It's a long time,
35 years, literally. So, I mean, if I've been with my old lady right here for 10 years, and then I got my 35-year best friend right here that's telling me this, mean, what you want me to do?
So are you saying that the friendship more than likely won't change because of the length of time?
Their friendship will never change.
Yeah, because of the length of time you've been together. But this woman can no longer be your wife just by the stroke of a pen.
I'm not saying that.
Or a gavel. I mean, but
So
this is
who
your
would you
wife,
believe?
but hold on, but you have entered into a covenant promise before God with that woman and not the man. So
What you mean, covenant before God? Like,
you've taken vows before God.
right. I mean,
With this woman.
When you take your oath.
Yeah,
right?
with this woman.
Basically, you pay taxes.
Well, we ain't
That's
talking
the
the
only
tax
thing
part. We're talking about
That's
the
only thing
spiritual
married is
part.
Paying taxes.
See, he's trying to add in extra stuff.
Right. I'm talking about the spiritual part, not any legalities.
My whole take is this, which everybody's talking about it, but there's no situations. Because everything you're dealing with, different situations, you're gonna have a different, I'll say, reaction to it. So when he's talking about the 35-year-old friend and the 10-year wife, well, what happened for him to have to question it? What are we talking about here? Because every situation is not the same. So we're trying to put it up under one umbrella when it's not.
For example, Diamond, but before I answer this question, Diamond, whenever you and your friend was talking about a man being more loyal to a woman, do you have an example?
That's what we need.
I don't have an example. It was just a general conversation.
Okay, let's just throw one out there. All right.
Say this situation. I'm sorry. Say this situation here. Like it's something that I've dealt with myself. Where women will feel like a man is more loyal to his friends because he wants to go out with them all the time. You don't want to stay at home with her as much as she feels. So she's like, well, you're more loyal to them. You'd rather be with them than at home with me. That's one of those situations. And truthfully, honestly, I understand why someone would feel like a woman might feel like he's not loyal to her, more loyal to his friends. But I don't think that's also the case. If you're talking to a boy, then yeah, maybe that is the case. But if a man has a good woman at home and he knows that, I mean, he's gonna be loyal to her. He's gonna want to be home with her. If a man is going to be out with his friends and not home with his woman, a lot of the time, there's a problem in that relationship. Something's going on. So
I will say this, just from my personal opinion, I do feel like that no couple needs to be under each other 24/7. Y'all have to have your own life.
Right.
Some point you have to be able to go out and take a breather. But if you find yourself outside of work, if you spend more time with the boys than your lady or whatever,
that's a problem.
that is an issue. And I haven't dealt with this, but I've spoken to, women, friends or whomever, where that man is out all the time. So that's where it's the perception that he's been more loyal.
It's an issue in a
to
relationship.
friend.
Loyalty shouldn't be the question. There's an issue in the relationship.
I think when the issue in the relationship arises, then the issue of loyalty does come. But he's more willing to let his girl down than his.
Why?
So that's why we're here. Why?
Okay, so now I'm remembering a little bit more. So that was kind of what the conversation was involving. Basically, we were talking about how basically men will forgive their friends more easily than they will like their lady. So it's like your lady and your friend can do the same thing and you still hang around your friend, nothing ever changes. But then when it comes to your woman, you mad and you holding grudges against her.
Is it maybe that he holds her to a higher standard?
Boom, that's it. That is it.
But what about that 35-year friendship though?
Because I'm not married or want to be married to, whether what it is, boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm not married to them. So what they do, really, I can forgive it and not care because my loyalty is not actually to them. If they're my close best friend, like he was talking about 35 years, then yeah, that matters. But if it's just homeboys, it don't matter. Yeah, I forgive them because I don't give a what about that. But my lady I'm living with, yeah, I'm holding her to a higher standard. This is who I want to build things with. I gotta know I can depend on her and trust her to make good decisions and do the right thing.
She literally has your last name.
So what about that whole idea of forgiveness though? Why won't you be more likely to forgive her than the person who has your last name, the person you hope to spend the rest of your life with? You should be more willing to forgive her, in my opinion, than
I agree.
your friend.
What was just a girlfriend and not a wife?
Still the same to me.
If you're in a serious committed relationship.
Still the same to me. It depends on, like I said, every reaction is not gonna be the same for everything. So it depends on what she did.
So what about the situation where, let's just throw something out there.
There you go.
Where you and your significant other have plans, right? And all of a sudden your boy is like, oh, it's home. Oh, good. It's homecoming weekend.
Yep.
It's homecoming weekend, and we're gonna have this party over here. Da 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 da. But hey, you already have plans with your old lady,
or your old lady want to do something with you instead.
I can answer that.
That's where
First and foremost, you ain't playing anything on homecoming weekend. First and foremost, you wouldn't do that. You know.
Wait a minute, how old are you though?
No, I mean it don't matter because the thing about it is, your old lady. If you're involved in something,
Okay, I agree with him.
She already knows that homecoming weekend. This is my weekend.
That's right.
Okay, well, homecoming weekend wasn't a good example. Okay,
That's
how
right.
about this?
So
How about you already have plans? Okay, you already have
Is there a
plans.
certain age where you don't think about
But no. Listen though, I agree with him. So when it comes to stuff like that, like in my marriage, if I knew that my husband is involved in this or that, like I'm not gonna plan anything around his special.
No, I get that. I agree.
Or whatever.
And vice versa.
Yeah. So let's say let's say you already have plans to, I don't know, let's say go away for the weekend to New Orleans. Okay. And then, but your boy of 35 years who you haven't seen in, I don't know, 3 years, says he's going to be down that weekend. Okay. What do?
If my boy of 35 years don't understand that,
that
then he ain't my boy. I mean, that's not even a discussion.
It shouldn't even be a discussion.
It's not even a discussion. Dude, I'm finna be with my old lady. I'll holler at you the next go around. That's not a discussion.
Right.
I mean, the thing about it depends on your age of maturity.
I was gonna say, have you always thought that way though?
It depends on if you're in the age of 30s and all this, and you've done all that. You've done all that kicking it and this and that. I mean, it takes you a while to realize that your old lady needs to be your best friend. It takes you a while to realize that. You know what I mean? I mean, because I mean, of course you're gonna put her through. You gotta like a testimony. In order to have a testimony, you gotta go through a test. You see what I'm saying? So I'm sure I put her through a test run just like she puts me through a test run. You know what I mean? So if my best friend of 35 years calls and say, hey, I'm in town this weekend, but I already have plans, well, nigga, I don't know what to tell you.
And how can I consider him my best friend if you're gonna throw that on me last
You see what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, we've been talking. If he's my best friend, we've been talking the whole 2, 3, 4 weeks before he came.
But sometimes though, you become free at the last minute. Like, oh, I'm gonna run down to Magnolia.
I got you right on that too, but that still don't change the fact that hey man, me and the old lady got plans.
Don't change nothing.
And I hate it. I'll catch you next time.
Now you have anything to say before I say something?
Next question.
No.
But it's like I said earlier though, if you're dealing with a young, it's like you said, the maturity level. Don't get me wrong, 20-something-year-old James, it would have been a different story. But we're not that age anymore. So if you're asking us right now,
that's right.
She's always, when you got with her, of course, that was your best friend and you were building, but it got better with age. They got better, everything got better with age. You got more mature. You started to realize what she means to you and all that.
Right.
So it's growth. But that's when he was talking about the test. All that test is in that young years and getting through that too.
That's what I wanted to pivot to.
Right.
You mentioned test runs. Give me what is a test run that you put these women through?
You have to go through that. I mean, I don't care if you
take a few drinks so you can just split it all out.
You going through a boy stage or whatever, girlfriend stage, you better put them through a test run.
Better put them through a test run. Why is it important?
What kind of test?
You gotta know what you're living with. You gotta know what you're dealing with.
You should have figured out in the dating stage before you got to. I feel like you should do all the tests before you actually even get together.
And what you call it, the what stage?
Dating.
That's the test.
The dating.
The coating
That's
stage.
the test. That's your test right there.
So I feel like what Dino was saying, like that is the testing
That's your
time.
test.
That's when you're gonna go through your hard times.
That's right.
Because you're both still young, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna make dumb decisions.
What you're saying is it's organically there will be a test, but you said
Yeah.
you have to put
No,
them
no,
through
no.
a test.
I'm not saying just
I'm gonna go out and do something
directly.
crazy.
You know, I mean, your dating stage, that's your test run.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's your test run. I mean, is this the person that I want to be with?
Right.
That's your whole purpose of dating. Because first of all, Black folks don't date. We go together. We don't date.
That's right.
We talking.
Yeah, no, we talking. We don't date. Anybody ever ask you want to date?
Yeah.
Who? Okay.
Women, women still, these grown, mature women, we like to be dated. Okay, so
No, right, but has anyone ever asked you?
on a date, yes.
No, I'm not saying on a
They
date.
said
Have they
date,
said,
yes.
hey, you want to date?
Go on a date, yes.
Now going on a date and
On a date,
dating,
dating
yeah.
is different.
It's different things.
But you're right. I use the term dating more, but I don't hear a man say, Black man say
We're
dating.
dating.
Yeah.
We don't do that. We go together.
We go together.
I haven't heard that.
That's what we do. We go together. If we go together, or we don't.
But like I said, I mean, it all goes back to age to me, maturity, because I think a lot of people get in these committed relationships too early,
That's
especially in college. And
Boom.
your first love and you want to be together forever, and you ain't been out there. You hadn't dated and met
Dated.
with other people,
That's
or
right.
you hadn't been out there. So you've been with this one person forever, and your mind wanders. And sometimes, I just think people need to live a little more
I agree.
and mature a little more. Instead of getting all these committed relationships at 19 and 20, and
Even 23.
right.
And
that leads to all these issues, because they still, it's mainly us. I'm not gonna sit up here and sell it. It's mainly us.
Us as in who?
Me.
Men. Okay.
Because I know the frat life, college life, your
That's
homeboys. I don't think it's about loyalty. I just think it's about immaturity. They rather be out hanging and kicking it, enjoying that good time. I mean, even though they know they got that good woman at home, but that partying stage, you got to be out of that kicking it with the fella stage. I don't think it's about loyalty for the most part. I think it's just about
Immaturity.
Absolutely right.
So it's not that they're more
Absolutely
loyal to their friends. They
That's
just want to
right.
go out and have fun.
That's right. Because like I told you, 20-year-old James was immature. Like the James now is not that. And nothing changed with my age, and I start to see things grow.
We've done it. You know what I mean? So I mean, you can't really just have this topic and say why are men more loyal to their homeboys. No, it's not we're more loyal.
Actually, yes, because from our perception, or Diamond and her friend's perception, it looks like loyalty, right?
Okay,
It does. That's what it appears.
Let me ask y'all this question. Okay, at the age that you're at now, are you having that
I'm
problem?
18.
28.
Are you having that problem? Are you having that problem?
No.
Okay, so my question is, instead of asking, what's the deal with you is, have you ever asked what's the deal with myself? What is it about me that I'm doing wrong to keep this nigga from running? Because to me, if he's at the age of 29, 30, he's running from something.
Well, one, it's not about us personally. Okay, so we're not gonna make this personal.
I'm just saying.
I'm like,
I'm just saying.
what you know? What you heard?
I'm just saying, if a guy is at the age of 29, 30, well, I'm just putting it in his 30s. If a guy's in his 30s and he's still rather kick it with his homeboys instead of his old lady, then sometimes you got to look at the man in the mirror.
That's true, but also I've been told by various older men, Matter of fact, this attorney who's in the same building I'm in, he said, man, I didn't stop fucking around till I was in my late 50s, And I was also told by another guy, right. I was told by another guy who's in his 60s, he said, man, some men just won't mature until they're in their 40s or 50s.
From attorneys?
Yeah, actually.
That's because they got plenty of $40.
So I was gonna say, no, I was gonna say, maybe it is still immaturities. And sometimes it is, I was gonna say, they feel like the world is their oyster. They have money, their cars.
That's right.
So it's not
That's
necessarily the other person, it's just still, I still think that falls under the immaturity
right.
level.
It's sexually, they could be sexual.
Okay, and then
Right.
so from my perspective, okay,
Oh,
if you want to
you
play
said-
devil's advocate, then
Mhm.
Sexually-
if that's the case, for the men who know they have good women at home, what is it about them? Like, it's basically, I feel like, okay, you running from yourself.
No,
If that's the case.
There's no better feeling, Diamond, and I was gonna say that, than a man knowing he's got a good woman at home, regardless of what he's doing. It's no better feeling for a man knowing he's got a good woman at home. Now, that don't mean he needs to be out every day kicking it with the fellas and doing that. If he knows he's got a good woman at home, then there's no reason for him to be out in them streets like that.
That's my thing.
I'm just really being honest about that. He could be immature or not ready for what y'all have, but there's no better feeling to a man knowing he's got a good woman at the house.
I don't think a man would be out all the time if he knows he has a good woman at home.
See, again,
That's my thing.
I mean, this situation, this is not personal to me, but I'm just saying, I know some people, and I mean, I know some good women that be at home, cooking, cleaning, reading their books, you know, doing all the wifely duties, and
a freak on top of
their
it.
man is out in the streets.
Right, but at the same time, there's something that she may be doing that man don't like.
Well,
You know,
Why doesn't he leave then? Like,
tell her. Try to work it
right.
out before you go ahead.
Okay, I
Oh,
understand.
that's another topic I can get on, men and their poor communication skills. Oh my goodness. Terrible.
Poor communication skills. But real quick, I want to go back to what Mr. James said, that sometimes men are sexually immature. What do you mean by that?
It's just, I mean, some guys, like you were talking about attorneys. Okay, so attorneys in law school, not all of them are attractive. They're nerds or whatever like that. Well, now they're attorneys. They're powerful, and people see them differently because of their occupation. So they ain't been able to enjoy sex life in college because everybody thought I'm a nerd. Well, now I'm a lawyer, and everybody know me, know what I do. Women throwing it at them all the time. Well, they didn't enjoy it in college or in high school. So now they got a late start. So they're trying to make up for all the times that they didn't get a chance to enjoy.
Or whenever it's not even the prestige or the career, I think just sexually, they want to have it all.
That's it.
And that's
right.
Fine.
They just can't. They just cannot fight temptation.
True.
Wait a minute, say that again, Diamond.
I just said that they can't fight temptation. Like, mentally, they're not strong enough to fight it.
Yeah, I disagree on that one.
I very much disagree.
I disagree on that. I mean,
very much disagree. Because the thing about it, if that was the case, then women wouldn't have the roles. I mean,
he said,
wait, women wouldn't have.
If that was the case, women would not have the rose. You're talking about the sexual, the toy, the rose.
But I'm not making a correlation.
When you got it.
I'm not. It's not connected for me. What does he mean by that?
He said you were not thinking, the women are not thinking about their man when they have a rose. I guess, or any other sexual toy too, right?
Of course not. We're not at home. We're thinking about ourselves.
Okay, see, that's my thing. Okay, well, what did you just say, Diamond? You just said, of course not?
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me what toy that a man has that gives us that same temptation.
I don't know. That's for y'all to answer.
Mom will answer it for you. You know what we got?
Another woman.
Another woman. You see, I mean, you have that pleasure in a toy. Another men, we cannot equal that toy. I don't give a damn if you sleep with 30, 40 men. We cannot match that toy. That toy can do 97 things. You see what I'm saying?
So you not 97.
No, I'm not saying we go
not
out
that many settings. It's like 10 settings. That's
you know, we just can't match the operation of a machine.
For the record, Diamond said it doesn't have 97, it's about 10 settings.
It has 10.
Right. And a man has 3.
What are those?
Huh?
What are those 3?
I'm gonna start, here I am, and I'm done. That's the 3 settings we got. And if you don't like them 3 settings, I'm gonna start, here I am, and I'm done.
But I do, like I said, I disagree with the not mentally strong enough, because some of us are. I mean, it gets boring. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you on that. It gets boring,
right?
You know, to some women just out here throwing themselves at you, So not saying that everybody has enjoyed a level of success with women, but men who have, I can't see why they're just still out here entertaining it and okay with it. I mean, it actually does get boring, and I don't think all men are mentally weak and can't,
I agree with
just
that.
turn it down.
So what about
I mean, I agree. I don't think it's all men. Just like, it's
Right.
not
No, I
all
understand what you're saying. I just, I don't know. It's just something about a good man to me, Diamond, just like a good woman. And what you're saying about, the loyal part. And I think this is what that's what it comes down to, period. Is a man being mature enough and being a good man, and a woman being mature enough and being a good woman. I just think, to me, that's it in a nutshell. That's what I think. I don't know.
I agree with that. I mean, it's just that women have options that are not in another man. You have options. You have toys at your disposal. So
But men have toys too,
Why you
though.
still referring to
because I'm
that?
saying-
Because there's a difference between a toy and a human being.
that's my point. Okay, so when you get that
You
infatuation,
just go find you a
when you get in
toy
that infatuation
or
of, hey,
participate.
okay, I got you.
What are you trying to say, Gina?
I mean, when you get in that infatuation of wanting something different,
There will be some.
I mean, so say if you've been with your husband for 5 years, it's redundant. I mean, you're going through the bed, this and this. It's the same thing. It's the same.
It don't have to be
Okay.
redundant.
Now, what I'm saying is,
Need somebody being lazy.
say if it is redundant, and then instead of going out and cheating, you have that option of grabbing this thing right here and say, I'm gonna get a better.
I'm sure it's something out there for men.
What?
I'm sure it's something out there for men.
Please, because them dolls ain't shit.
No.
You sound like that's from personal experience.
I know. How was the dog, buddy?
I'm just saying, we don't have the options like y'all. So I'm not saying that a man should go out and
There
cheat.
is options.
I'm not saying a man should go out and cheat, but the thing about it is that's the first thing that we look at.
And how long are these relationships? That's because none of us are ready when we start, at that young age. You're gonna make your mistakes.
Absolutely.
And of course he's gonna, especially when you get in a committed relationship, he's gonna want to kick it with the fellas a little more. That's just usually how it goes. But as long as you can grow together and get better together, I think all of that should go away as you get more mature. I don't think it's something that should stay. So if you get with your man at age 25 and 26, and by age 32, 33, he's still doing the same things when y'all got together, there's something wrong there. It's time for somebody to do something.
Right.
You grow together. So that stuff should eventually start fading away over time. If it doesn't, then I mean, there's a problem there.
There's a problem
there.
there
Yeah.
between the couple
Right.
that makes the man or woman.
Either one of
Okay.
them. Right.
Okay.
Right. Because it's some reason he feels he needs to be out there that she's not doing, and or vice versa. It's a reason. I mean, you know what I'm saying. So it's a reason he's running, or thinks he's running, whether it's another woman in the streets or she doing something, not doing something at home. That's where it comes back to what she was talking about earlier, communication.
Right. Rules the nation.
Right.
So I'm gonna help you all out now that you asked me. So there's nothing out there for men.
Gigi.
So
Like,
yeah, the GG, and then it's called the Good Head Helping Hand Masturbator Mini Stroker. So it's ribbed in the inside. It's gel. It's like this long, like not long, but I guess this gel-like thing is ribbed in the inside, and you put the lubricant in there, and it's like a sucking action. So Mr. James is shaking his head, so like you know about it.
More than $40?
It's $24.
Cheap head.
And
Not
this
even
is
That sounds cheap.
one of the top. Actually, this is one of the top toys for men. It has 5 out of 5
Black and
stars.
But then too, when you think about it, when guys go out and cheat, they downgrade anyway.
For the most part, yeah.
well, I hate to just jump off that one because
Okay. What?
I just put it like
They be looking for, meaning I don't think they be looking for an upgrade. I think they be looking for a good time.
No, that's
Yes,
like
no.
$25 Gigi.
Well, you have a $209 Zolo Thrustbuster, Moaning Masturbator.
First of all, Ashley, ain't no Negro gonna pay for that. I mean, if we gonna give $25, $40, we gonna $40.
I'm just saying you have this different ones, but the ones that I pointed out was the $24 ones.
Because first of
top five.
all, we're not gonna do the maintenance on it. We're not gonna take care of it.
It's gonna be nasty and
It's gonna be nasty.
sticky.
If it come down,
We
I
ain't
gonna
gonna
do
do
toy,
nothing.
something bad wrong.
You see what I'm saying? We're not paying for no toy. We're not doing that.
I mean, I agree because I believe,
those women just throwing it at you, huh?
yeah.
And I ain't gonna say
And we
throw it
outnumber
at
you all, so you have
That's
all the
right.
choice
I get it.
options in the world.
You know,
Because women, we're more selective.
I agree with that, Mimi.
I mean, because I'm sure.
Oh, that is another topic.
Or Diamond,
That's
either
another
one of us could
topic.
go out there and easily get some,
Of course.
you know, but it's,
Of course. Okay, because the thing about it is, I'm not saying that. Don't y'all take this anyway now. Because
Okay, but
men have no. We have
Don't tell
have
people
lower
it's correct. Just
standards
go ahead
than
and say
women.
it.
I'm gonna put it.
no, I
like
know
that.
what you're saying.
Oh
We
my
have
God,
lower
I
standards.
agree
Go
with
out there.
that.
That's
I
right.
agree.
Yeah, y'all can go
I
out there.
100% agree.
I'm gonna get this
I
nigga.
have always said I feel like men are easy. Like a man is the
Of course.
easiest thing to get.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Oh, no doubt, we're easier than women.
That's right.
Women, no question about it.
That's right.
No
You know,
question.
I mean, because when they say last call for alcohol, I mean we'll take anything. When they say last call for
He'll
alcohol,
get the well.
you know,
So number of those shots ain't looking like a dime.
you see what I'm saying? When they say last call for alcohol, we got to get what we can get and get on
Right.
down.
Well, yeah, right. What are you gonna say?
But y'all don't have those problems. I mean, y'all can go straight into the club or bar or whatever and say, hey, I'm gonna get this dude right here. And
But
you
I
can
don't-
walk up to him and
I don't
boom,
think
it's
they
that easy.
can. I
Right,
think
but
they
don't
can.
get it wrong now. We can pull the ones who don't have
Right. All of us
low
can get it.
standards
All
too,
of us
okay?
can get it when we want it.
Mhm.
It's just, is that what you really want?
That's right.
So I don't think anybody struggles with
That's
that.
I mean, anybody can have sex, but are you looking for a relation? There's a difference. You can go in there and pick out any guy you want to have sex with, you know, because there ain't too many dudes that's gonna sit there and say, "Oh my God, no, I don't want to have sex with you." Ain't too many dudes gonna say that. No, ain't too many dudes gonna say that. You know, but at the same time, you know, just because he had sex with you don't mean he want to.
Of course not. And the same, believe it or not, and the same goes for women.
Mm-hmm.
Like you do not just be a time filler, you know.
Stop it.
I'm
Y'all
just, I'm
don't do
just
that.
trying to
Hey,
figure it out.
There is a such thing as a man of the night.
Women
Like
don't
there's a
do that.
lady of the
Man
night.
of what? There's such
A man of the night. Like there's a lady of the night. There's
No.
a man.
No, Diamond, you do not do that.
You hear, he said
Y'all
women don't do that.
Y'all don't do that.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Y'all,
I mean, not me.
He goes to
y'all do not go out looking for a one night stand. Y'all do
Yes,
not.
I'm talking
do
about.
that.
I'm talking about not necessarily one night stand, but I'm talking about someone that you deal with on the regular that you know.
Have you got introduced to the new generation of women? Because they do definitely.
Right. Like you
If you're
don't see
looking for
pictures
one
with
night
this person,
stands.
and he not even really, but he, scratches that itch for the time until someone that you're really interested in comes along. I'm not saying I do that though.
I'm trying to figure out how we got off loyalty.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Because the name of the show is Ash in Town
You see
Random
what I'm
Thoughts.
saying?
And on
That's
that,
right.
No, I'm fine with it. I just didn't want to go too deep off the rail. I'm
Oh
cool.
yeah, we're random thoughts. That's just the main
No,
topic.
I promise you, I'm fine with it.
But before we do have to cut it, wrap it up. Since Diamond, since this is your topic, anything you want to say before we end it?
No, I don't have anything else to say.
Okay, Mr. James.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, what about you, buddy? Any thoughts? Anything you want to add to the comment we had today?
I just want to listen to Diamond.
Mr. Diamond. Okay, what about you, Tam? Anything?
No, thank you all for participating and coming through at the last minute. We appreciate
Well,
it.
I do have something to say.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are wrong.
Well, we wrong.
Continue. Go ahead, Ash.
We wrong. Okay, he says we're wrong, listeners. I don't know about what.
Okay.
But
Gotta clear.
Right. So that brings into our show today. Again, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. We wish you all a great year and success, prosperity, and all them happy shit.
What kind of music you'll go off?
Thank you, Diamond.
And oh yeah, thank you, Diamond.
Rick DeLay
You're
go off
welcome.
on mute.
And then
You go off on mute.
Buddy wants us to go off of music, so he's going to give us an A selection. So I
Nigga go off on mute.
I'm about 112.
okay, so y'all trying to get us sued.
For what? Just look at it.
You
What
go
a
off on
disclosure.
music.
So yeah, we do not own the rights to this music, so don't try to sue us. We ain't making no money off of it. Anyway,
I don't think it's ready
so our DJ over here.
That's what we-
Oh.
I told you I was just playing. Y'all better go off on some music.
Jude made it. All right.
Why you